Hey, this is Patrick. Hey! Look, I'm just doing a quick training on the copiers, the Workroom copiers. It's not meant to be anything fancy. It's not going to get a million hits on YouTube, anything like that. But I do want to show you a few new features of the copiers that you may not be familiar with. We're going to be trying to use our copiers more for our printing needs, but there's also some really cool features as far as scanning to your email as well as to Google Docs and printing directly from Google Docs from the copier. So I'm just going to run through a quick tutorial. It's definitely not going to answer all your questions, but it should kind of get you what you need to get started. If you have any specific questions, obviously feel free to email me. I'll do what I can to help you out. All right, here we go. All right, so what I want to do is just try to take you through, I'm having to do something a little bit different. I've got some video of the copier itself and me working it, but I'm also at my computer, obviously, trying to put all this together. So, bear with me here as I try to put some things out here. So the first thing I want to do is, let's see, I don't even know how I'm going to do this. Okay, oh, wait a minute, that's not the right video. Oh, but look at that kid. He's so cute. I mean, that's natural talent there. That's what it is. Okay, let me get back to what I'm supposed to be doing here. Hold on a second. All right, so what we got here is we've got the copier. When you walk up to any of the Workroom copiers, you're going to get this this menu to enter your department ID. Now, it also says PIN, but you don't have to enter the PIN, just the quote-unquote PIN number you've been given. Just type it in using the keypad. And then hit the login button. Now, once you hit the login button, you're going to get this main menu. There are going to be 4 options: copy, scan and send, connect to Google Docs, access stored file. Copy is just that. It's just a standard copy menu. You select that, choose how many copies you want. To get back to the main menu, you click the main menu button with a little house on it, and you're back there and you can choose something else. The scan to send is where you can actually scan a document and send it to your email address or to anyone's email address for that matter. You just choose address book, and then down in the field you select the field and begin typing a name. If they're on staff, you don't even have to type in their whole name, just type in the first couple of letters, hit OK, and it's going to search the staff server and with the addresses, and so then you can select the staff member and hit OK, and when it gets back to the next screen, you'll see the name that you're sending it to. You can click file name, and by default it's going to be named CDS. You don't have to type in a file name, but if you want to add a file name in there, you can. Otherwise, the file will be CDS_0001 or something like that when it gets into your email box. But it'll just be an attachment. It's going to scan it as a PDF file, and it's going to email that PDF file to whoever. And you can specify more than one destination. Once you're ready, you just click Start, and it's going to scan the document. You can put as many pages in there as it'll fit, and it will scan. It'll scan front and back. You'll notice it says two-sided original in the settings. So there's all kinds of other little settings there you can play with, but that's just as quick and easy the way it is. Now the next button is your Connect to Google Docs button. This is just that. It's going to actually connect to your Google Docs account, allow you to scan documents directly to Google Docs, or allow you to print from Google Docs. You put in your username. You don't have to put in the @Calvary Day School. You'll notice that that's already in there for you, and so you don't have to add that. Just the first initial last name, and @Calvary Day School is already in there. Click password, type in your password. Obviously, I'm not going to show you my password. I mean, that would be crazy. But one thing you need to be aware of when you're typing your password: uppercase letters. It is case sensitive, just like anything else with Google when you're logging in. On the copier, when you hit Shift, it's kind of like Shift lock. So if you hit Shift and do an uppercase letter, and then hit the next letter, it's going to be uppercase too. So just realize that your Shift key is just like Shift lock. It continues to be uppercase until you hit shift again. So you'll have to hit shift, your letter, and then the next letter is lowercase, hit shift again to go lowercase. So just be aware of that. Hit login on the screen once you've got that information in, and it will begin communicating. Now you will get this message about that you still want to continue with the encrypted transmission. Just hit yes, and it will access your Google Drive. Now you've got two settings down at the bottom. You can upload and you can print. So I'll show you the print setting first. You just go in, you should see your folders or your files, and so you can just browse your folders and directories until you find a folder or a file that you want to print. And so I'm just going to jump in here to one of my research folders and select the PDF file. Now you can print your PDF files, you can print your spreadsheets, your Word documents, doesn't matter. All of it's printable. Select the document, and then you hit the print settings button, and that's going to take you to a screen that's going to show you the path, file name, the number of copies you want, whether you want two-sided printing or not. You hit print, and it's going to grab the file from your Google Drive and download it, and then it's going to print it as you specified. Hit the close button, and voila, you have a print job. Okay, so you can print files from your Google Drive, but you can also scan files to your Google Drive, so you can go the other way. So I'll show you that real quick. The button, first of all, you need to get to the location that you want to scan the file to. So what folder, you might want to even create a folder specifically for documents that you're scanning. But you load your page into the feeder, which I didn't really show you that on the email thing, but it's, hopefully you understood that. And then you just browse to the location that you want. Now, if the button is grayed out and won't let you, then you just need to get into a folder where it's not grayed out. And so you might have to play with that a little bit. I'm not 100% sure why it doesn't allow you to scan into some folders and others it does. So, but you can just create a folder just like I'm doing here, name it test, hit OK, you'll see the test folder, click it, and then the upload settings button becomes highlighted. So you can click that, name the file, select whether you want it black and white, whether you want it in color. The Copier is a color scanner, so even though you can only print in black and white, you can definitely scan in color. So you can name the file whatever you wish. Now it is going to, again, it's going to create a PDF file is the way that it will scan into your Google Docs. Click OK. Whether you want two-sided printing, there are some other file formats. You can actually choose TIFF and some different other file formats, but by default it's going to scan as a PDF. Scans the document. Once it's done, it will send it, and once the file has been completely uploaded, it shows you that it's there. You can click it, but then I'll show you in just a second what it looks like back on your computer. So once you're done, you hit log out. Make sure you log out. Obviously, you want to log out of your Google account before you walk away from the copier. Go back to the main menu. Now, the final option is access stored files, and to do that, I'm going to have to show you first on the computer. Okay, so now that the last option, actually, let me show you we printed that document to that test folder. Here's my Google Drive, and here's the test folder. Here's the document. So you see that when I scan directly to Google Docs, it drops it right back in there in that folder, and it's a PDF file. I can load it and open it, view it, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so now there's one last option, and printing to the copiers is just like printing to any other printer. And what I want to do is I want to show you, first of all, there's another YouTube video on adding the copier as a printer. And I'll make sure and send that as a link in the email. I send the link to this as well. But so you should have already added the copier as a printer. There are lots of options in there. You can do all of your, if the copier staples or if it hole punches or whatever it does, you can set those options as print options as well. But one of the nice things about the copiers is that you can also print to them and actually print into like a holding bin, so that your printouts are not coming straight out of the copier right when you print, but they're actually being held until you come down, log into the copier, and access those files. So this is an advanced feature in some senses, and so if look, you can turn off the video right now if you want, but if you are concerned about printing something in a copier and having someone pick it up like a test or something like that, this is the way to do that. And so I want to show you that feature. All right, so if I want to set up the secure printing option, here's what I've got to do. First of all, I'm using Windows 8. Don't be freaked out about that. Just know that you want to go to your printers and devices. You should be able just to click Start and then go to Printers and Devices. And you're going to see something that looks exactly what is on my screen here, especially if you're using Windows 7, which most of you are. Now, once your Printers and Devices comes up, hopefully faster than mine, you'll see that if you've got it installed, you'll see the copier that you have installed, whether it's the high school one, the middle school, lower school, doesn't matter. What you want to do is right-click and then go into Printer Properties. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to set up the default setting under Device Settings. We're going to set it up so that we will specify a mailbox number when printing. Now, this means that every time you print to the copier, you're going to be asked to specify a mailbox number. Now, the reality is I don't know how many of us are going to use this. So it really doesn't matter which mailbox you specify. There's not security on any of the mailboxes. There are up to 99 of them. So just pick a mailbox, and then when you go to the copier, hopefully no one else has picked your mailbox. If they have and there are other documents in there, just ignore them, print what you need to print. But what we've got here is some different settings. And first of all, the setting we're interested in is this specify mailbox number when storing. And so we want to make sure that is checked. Now, if it's unchecked and you print to the copier, it's just going to print, just like a printer would. It's just going to spit the document out no matter what else is going on. It'll be in between jobs, whatever. It's going to spit out your document. But with this selected, what it's going to do is that when you print, it's going to ask you to specify a mailbox number. And that means the document's actually going to go into a holding bin on the copier, and it's going to wait for you to come down, enter your department code, and access that mailbox and print your document, okay? So here's how it's going to work. You're going to specify the number. That's all you have to do is hit that checkbox and then click OK. That's set. You can close out of this, go back to whatever document it is you want to print, click the print button. You're going to make sure that you've got the copier that you're wanting to print to selected, and then you're just going to hit the print button. Now, you're going to get this dialog box, store details. You can actually enter a name of the document, or you can use the file name that's specified, and then you can select up to 99 different mailboxes. So it doesn't really matter. Just select one randomly. I'll select number 14, and I'm going to hit OK. Now, that document was just sent to the printer, to the copier downstairs, but it didn't print. It's in a holding bin. And I'm going to walk downstairs right now, and I'm going to video and show you how to access that document and then put it and then print it so that you'll have that. Okay, so I'm back at the copier, and I'm at the main menu. I've logged in and with my department ID. So now I've got my options again. I'm going to hit the access stored files, and then I'm going to select mailbox. And remember, I printed my my printout to mailbox 14. I had selected that when I did my printout. So I'm going to go, and you can see that mailbox 14's got a little file in it. So I click it, and there's my print job. So I can select it, and then I can hit print. And I can also send this via email for some reason if I wanted to, but there's some other options there with edit file, things like that. But I can just hit the print button, and that's going to bring up the ready to print screen. I can select how many I want to print. There was an option there to delete after printing, but if I want to go back in and delete the file once I've printed it, I can select it and hit edit file, and then delete. And I would encourage you to go ahead and delete your files out of the mailbox once you're done, just so that someone can't come back in later and access your files that you have stored on there. Now the copier will delete all these files after a period of time, and so anything you leave on there is going to be deleted, so just make note of that. But okay, so I know this has been kind of a long video. I apologize for that, but I wanted to kind of give you a rundown of those features. There's so much more these copiers will do. It's advanced features that you'll just kind of have to play with them and learn how to do them. Feel free to explore the options in the print settings when you're printing from your computer. There's a lot of things you can do, and will help you out and save you a lot of time. And so if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I'll be happy to help you with whatever I can. Have fun.